Hey y'all, it's Kate from the Literary Apothecary and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Legacy of the Brightwash by Krystle Matar. This is book 1 in the Tainted Dominion series, and y'all, all I can say is damn this book. This is going to be 100% a rave review. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. I loved everything about this book. This is a gritty, dark fantasy that is filled with love, hope, and found family. It also has some really great parenting in there. They might not be parents in the traditional sense, but the parent role models in this book are some of my favorite I've read in fantasy, and I know that Matar worked really hard to get them so good because we've talked about it in private messages, and I just love them. So in Legacy of the Brightwash, Taishu Blackwood, I'm probably saying his name wrong, but oh well, that's how it's been this whole time, so that's how it's going to be. Taishu Blackwood is a regulation officer who has always had faith in the law and his job, until a girl washes up on the shore and her corpse is completely mutilated. This is where our story picks up, and Taishu is the only person around that is interested in finding out what happened to this girl, and it completely floors him, and he dedicates the rest of this book, the rest of his life in this book, to finding out what's happened to this girl. Like I said, this is a rave review. I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars. Loved everything about this. This book rocked me so hard. I felt all of the emotions, and I haven't stopped thinking about it since I started reading this book back in the middle of November. It's been a month now since I started reading it. It's been a week or two since I finished it, and I think about it every day still. Matar excelled at, well, a lot of things really, but especially at her character work. Her characters are extremely complex, real and gritty, and they made me feel emotions that were buried deep down that I didn't even realize were buried so deep. Her atmosphere is absolutely incredible. The grit in this atmosphere never leaves you, and the setting was perfect. I felt like I knew this place like my own backyard, if I had a backyard. I knew everything that I needed to know about this world, and like it felt like I had known this world my entire life. I can't talk enough good things about Legacy of the Brightwash. The characters pulled on all of my emotions. They made me laugh, they made me cry, they made me hope, they made me love. Because this is a spoiler-free review, I won't go into too much detail, but there were some moments that were just absolutely like, I had to set the book down, my Kindle down, and step away because it made me feel so many emotions. And I was talking to someone the other day at work about this book because they were looking for a fantasy book that had good parenting in it and found family, and that's all this book is. This book is all about found family and good parent role models, and I just love everything about it. I can't wait to read book 2. Hopefully soon. I don't know when I'll be able to. And more good things about it, I wrote down so many quotes. I have 3 different quotes to share with you all because I couldn't pick just one because they're so good. And I need to share this prose with you, this language, and these emotions that are in this book with you so you get an idea of the depth of emotion here. Our first quote: Stella knew enough about loss and grief to know that you never really recovered so much as you learned to go living even though you were falling apart. And if you've ever been through loss and grief before, you know exactly what that's talking about. The second one is one of my favorite favorite quotes I've read this year, and it sums up the found family so well. Sometimes it takes you a while to find your true family, but when you do, you know it in your bones. And I love that quote. And the last quote, I read this and I just instantly started crying and thought, oh my gosh, I know exactly how this character is feeling. The quote is really short, simple. It says, "She gives me reason to breathe." Man, there's another quote that I wanted to share with y'all, but it is definitely a spoiler quote because it's towards the end of the book and there's names in the quote and everything. You would know exactly who it was. But if you want to know more of the quotes that I wrote down that are spoilery, you can check out my written review where I have all of my favorite quotes noted, as well as my full review for Legacy of the Brightwash. Of course, this is only a spoiler-free review. In my written review, I go into a lot more depth on the things that I loved, the things that I didn't love so much, but still loved because I loved everything about this book. And I could just talk all day about this book. So if you have read Legacy of the Brightwash, come to my Discord and talk to me about it because I need more people to talk to about this book. I know at least one person's gonna hopefully be reading it soon, and so I'll be able to talk to them about it, but y'all need to go and read Legacy of the Brightwash, which was season 7, I think it was. Second place, I believe, for the SFBO 7, which is incredible. Out of like 300 books, this book got second place. I would have probably have voted first place. I don't know what it was up against, but this book forever has my heart. It has become so special to me, and thank you, Krystle Matar, for writing this book, and I can't wait for book 2. If you've read Legacy of the Brightwash, like I said, come to my Discord and talk to me about it, but also let me know in those comments below, what did you think of it? Did you love it as much as I did? What was your favorite moment? And I will comment back in your comment and let you know what my favorite moment was so we don't spoil it for the rest of the crew. As always, my Patreon and my Discord information will be in the description below, as well as my written review for Legacy of the Brightwash. Keep reading, and I love you all to the moon and back. Bye.